All right. Yes, you guys. Thank you for joining me for another episode of SMH Podcast. Clap it up for yourselves. Yeah, we have another dope, fun episode. And I have... Oh, actually, let me restart that. I'm so sorry. All right. Yes, y'all. False start. We're back at it with another episode. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Clap it up for yourselves. You can follow me at SMH Podcast 96 on Instagram. Subscribe to the YouTube page. And, get connected on our Patreon and everything like that. Click the link in my bio. I'm on all streaming platforms, y'all. Check me out. Check us out. Let us know how we're doing and all that. But yeah, I have a special guest right here to have Elliot. How are you, Elliot?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you
doing? I'm good. Got high energy.
Yeah,
a little bit. How's your day been though?
My day's been pretty good. Just gotta get work done.
Okay.
Dealing with the newborn, so.
Yeah, I know that's a lot.
Yeah.
That's a lot. Babies are a lot.
Yeah, but it's going on well. So.
Just wait till the toddler phase.
Man, terrible twos, right? Yeah.
Oh my God, man, my niece and nephew drive me crazy. Sometimes they do, but I love them. They're cool. But how's your let them know where they can follow you and all that. My bad.
No issues. You guys can follow me on Instagram at edubs.official. That's mostly Twitter too, or X now.
X,
you guys follow most social medias at edubs.official. So, yeah.
Liddy, okay. And you are a content creator, but you also play basketball out here too.
I do play basketball. Ex-college basketball player. Played some semi-pro basketball. But now I just play for fun. Men's leagues go around. I'm actually coaching now too, so.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What do you coach? Like
Delta High School.
Oh,
JV girls basketball.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cool. How's your season going? Well,
it's about to start.
Yeah,
it's about to start. We're in training right now, but it should be a good season. So.
Whip them into shape. You did conditioning all summer.
I'm going to try to, yeah.
For sure. That's late. What made you get started into basketball?
Just as a kid, watching my dad play basketball. A lot of times it was just like, oh, I want to do it. Then I just got a love for it. Just watching it, playing it so much throughout high school, college stuff. So, yeah. That's
lit. Yeah. Okay. So what kind of transitioned you from doing it as a sport, doing it as fun, and then now you're coaching? What pushed you into coaching?
Just my understanding of the game, or what I feel like I understand of the game, just trying to use my abilities best way I can, so I'm limited in size and stuff, so I can't be a pro anymore, so.
I feel you.
But, I still can coach and teach the game, so.
Yeah.
Just, that's kind of how it transitions. So,
still being the love of the basketball, so that's good. That's still good. Well, I mean, fingers crossed for this season. Hopefully y'all make it to the championships and all that. That's lit. That's dope. That's dope. I've been a little bit here and there in basketball. I don't have, like, a favorite basketball team, but I still watch the sport and all of that. Like, what was it? I think it was back in 2020. I was watching it a lot because I was working at this casino. And my favorite team, I have a jersey now from them. My favorite team, I would say, would be the Suns, the Arizona Suns. I liked them. They were cool until they got to the finals. They pissed me off.
And they lost to the Bucks that year.
Yes.
Yeah, it was... I wanted them to win that year too, but Devin Booker, Chris Paul,
they're
up to a disappointment, but Giannis is better. So
I think it's a hoax that they lost.
It happens.
It happens. It comes with the sport.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
No, I understand that for sure. But we're going to get into the first segment of the show. Have a little, sip some tea, go over a little bit of stuff, and then we're going to get into the main topic. You ready?
Yes.
All right, y'all, so let's get into it. So the first thing that's up for tea, are you aware of who Adam 22 is?
The podcaster? Yeah, I used to watch him a lot, like a couple years ago.
Did you hear about the whole controversy? Well, I guess it's a controversy. Well, Adam 22 and his wife decided, I guess 3 months after they got married, that his wife is able to do adult content on ONLYFANS. So it was a big story that went around. It was this, like, I forgot what his name is. It's like a big black buff guy who does pornography on ONLYFANS and all of that. But they pretty much made a tape together. It went viral. They made a lot of money off of it. But essentially, it really sparked the debate, like, would you let your wife do ONLYFANS? And I pretty much asked my polls that question, which was interesting, and we're going to get into that a little bit later. And you guys know, follow me on SMH Podcast so you can get connected every Sunday with the polls. And let me know what you guys think. But what do you think about that, Elliot?
Short answer, I don't really agree with it. Me personally, people... You know, they have their freedom of will to do what they want. But married, I don't know. I feel like later down the line that might cause issues, especially I think they have children maybe.
They do.
Yeah, so it's like there's a lot of explaining, a lot of things a lot of doors you're leaving open, you know, that I just wouldn't want to be a part of. So me personally, you know, I don't.
I think it was a waste of time for them to get married, in all honesty. Like, if you're going to do that 3 months after you get married, what was the point of getting married? Why didn't you do that before you got married? Or break up and then get married and do that and then get married, you know? But I think most of it was like a money move. Like, they did get a lot of money off of it. And even after, like, the sex tape came out, it was, like, more of a lucrative move for them. I don't think that it was a good move, but, you know, hey, to each his own.
Teach his own, really. Yeah.
But it looked like an interesting. I didn't see the sex tape. I'm not gonna say that. I didn't see the sex tape.
I haven't seen it either. I've seen stuff on social media though about it.
About it. Yeah.
Other people get on this podcast, kind of making fun of him in a way.
Yeah.
Because of it. So I've seen little clips of that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's. I don't think I would poke fun at him. I don't agree with it, but I mean, it's also, you know, I think everybody just has a lot of questions. Like, why would you do that?
Yeah, I mean, I know before, 'cause I was watching him, I know him and his wife, they would experiment, like, with other women at times, and then, like, they would get on the podcast together, and then they would kind of discuss it together, you know, so then you're kind of leaving a door open to, okay, well, if you can do it, then let me do it, you know, and then that's, just, you're leaving too many doors open at that point.
It is.
All kinds of things that happen. So.
All kinds of things happen, I know, I definitely agree, but, that was a hot story this year, circulating on social media, and hey, I mean, if it works for them, if their marriage flourishes from that, hey, to each his own. Hopefully it works out. But we go move on to the next topic up for tea. The next topic up for tea. Do you remember the Island Boys?
Yes.
The Island Boys.
The twins,
Yeah, the twins. So they're doing OnlyFans now.
I heard.
Yeah. A lot of incestual. How do you say the word? Ancestral.
Incest?
I
seen some stuff about that. I was like, whoa, where are we going?
No.
Like, I seen a clip of them, like, kissing or something like
they
that.
They were,
I was like, wow. Like, I mean, they're saying we're doing it for money, but, like.
I wouldn't do that for money. I couldn't even find, I don't think there's any, an ounce of, I wouldn't even, I'd barely even want to give my sister mouth to mouth. No offense to my sister. Love you, boo. But I just wouldn't do that purposely. That's not something I would do purposely.
Yeah, it's like,
I don't even know siblings that do just kiss each other or some shit. Just out of, like, you know how, you know, there's those people out there that kiss their parents or their grandma or grandpas on the lips and shit like that. But my sibling?
Yeah, that's really weird. I even thought it was weird with grandparents, but. You know, because I'd never done that, but I've seen other people. I was like, to you, your own, like you said. But, yeah, siblings, that's really weird.
It's really weird. It's like, why are we here? Why are we doing this? And if it's just for money, I think that's sad. That we got to a point where we're making content solely to make money, and we don't care what type of content is being put out there. Yeah. No, it is sad. No, it's for sure sad. But, you know, outside of that, and moving on to the next topic of for tea, did you know that OnlyFans, they banned explicit content, but then they brought it back? They had banned it before, right? And then they brought it back recently? Yeah, I think I've seen that too, yeah. I mean, what are you really going to do with OnlyFans unless it's explicit? You know what I mean? So I thought, honestly, when OnlyFans first came out, I thought it was just like a platform for, like, celebrities to get on, like, if you wanted to, like, oh, these are, like, only for my fans type shit. Like, it was playing on the name of the word. Like, this is only for my fans, like, content they get to exclusively see and shit like that. I didn't know. There was, like, that one girl who was famous, right? She's, like, a redhead from, like, Disney Channel or something. Who? She played on some show. I forgot her name. But, yeah, she used to, I think, like, when she was a celebrity, kind of. Okay. Used to make content just explicitly for, like,
her fans.
Yeah, her fans and all that.
Not too much, but yeah.
Kind of like a Patreon, like another form of a Patreon or something. Then, you know, people got on there. I think it was during it was really the pandemic. People got bored.
Yeah, needed ways to make money. If you weren't scamming, right? OnlyFans, right?
Yeah, man. And scammers have taken all the way over.
Hey, scammers are, hey.
They make me want to scam sometimes.
Sometimes they do.
Because I'm just like, how do y'all just be having these good old come-ups and all of that? Like, where do you even find the time?
Yeah, they get, they have like a PhD in scamming now. No. You know, like.
There's courses going around, no lie.
Yeah, they're charging, what? Yeah, it's crazy.
Like, there's this guy on TikTok, actually. He shows you how to get, like, one of those swiper cards. Like, he shows you the whole...
Guy?
Yeah!
I've seen him. Yeah.
The whole game, and I'm just like, I don't think you're supposed to put this out there.
And you're open about it now. That's the thing, like, scamming before, like, back in our day, you didn't really talk about it. Now, you're open. Oh, yeah, I scam. Dude, like, what?
It was
You're not getting caught. I don't get it. I don't know how it works, but they're doing it.
But that's the thing. It's like, why is it that back in the day, all the stuff that was going on, like, being posting explicit content online was frowned upon.
It was.
Scamming was frowned upon. Now it's all being celebrated, pushed to, like, you gotta do it to get ahead in life. Why do you feel like that is?
The more evil people do, the more comfortable you get. Yeah. So then you start, before it was looked down upon because only a certain people were doing it in the dark. You bring it to light and everybody's doing, no, it's not that bad. You do $500 here, you're not going to hurt nobody. $1,000, you're not going to hurt nobody. So, the white people do it, and the government, they scam it, so we just going to do it too.
Yeah.
So you come up with your excuses and it just becomes normalized after a while.
Very true.
Yeah.
That's sad as well.
That
is so sad. And the more we normalize it, the more it becomes problematic. Because that's essentially like what I feel like the whole like drill scene kind of pushed. Like it got normalized, to go and hit a lick or
it did
go and run up on somebody and shit like that. And
very much so.
It really got pushed like through music a lot of the times too.
Yes,
I'm not gonna lie, I fed into it too because one of my favorite songs is by K Flock and Cardi B, Shake It. But I like the song because it's like an old school song that was reverbed and all that. But when you actually listen to the lyrics, it's pretty demonic.
Yeah,
it's pretty demonic.
They put a good beat nowadays, demonic lyrics, and
you got a banger.
You got a banger, exactly. Yeah, so.
Yeah, I don't like the fact that all this negativity is being pushed right now.
Yeah.
It's really, because it's really just it's kind of indoctrinating. I can't even say the word right. Like the younger generation to uplift that stuff.
It is. They're more impressionable than we are now because they're younger. They don't have as much life experience. So they see people our age doing it. It's just going to keep getting worse and worse, really. So you need somebody to come in, step in, know doing good is still cool. Doing good is still the right thing to do.
Yeah.
It takes hard work, but, it's worth it in the end. So
it most definitely is. No, I completely agree. But my last story up for T, going to talk about one of, I'm not even going to say my favorite podcast, but it was a podcast that I watched a lot, simply because of the content. And it really kind of made me want to switch my content just because of what they were talking about. Have you ever heard of Fresh and Fit?
I have.
Did you know they got demonetized?
I didn't.
Yeah, they just got demonetized probably like 2 months ago.
Oh, why?
It was really, I think it had to do with a stream that they did. If you know, like, some of their content or the people that's been on their show, his name is Sneeko. So they were going pretty much back and forth with this YouTube channel called Abba and Preach.
Okay.
And pretty much Abba and Preach, they kind of hold people accountable for their morals and values and felt like they didn't really have good morals and values when it came to certain stuff. So they started trolling them and kind of doing some derogatory stuff towards them, racial slurs, kind of, and they're black too. That's why it makes it so wild. They're doing racial slurs, wearing like KKK mask on their stream. Shit was wild, yeah, like, and just jumping around, kind of like acting like an ape and shit like that, kind of comparing them to it. So YouTube kind of pretty much put them on like the harassment and bully thing, strike their channel, and then their super chat got taken away. So their monetization pretty much got taken away.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not okay. I mean, some things, racially profiling, KKK, that stuff has a lot of history behind it that they might know, but they might not know. It, like, has a lot of hurt behind that, a lot of
Myron should know because he's an ex-FBI agent. I mean, he should know. Yeah.
Yeah. So the things you're doing, people do a lot of stuff nowadays for attention, for viewership, for clout, to be talked about. It's still you have to watch what you're doing.
Yeah.
Everything's not okay. Other things have a lot of long-lasting effects that you might not even want to deal with later on down the road. You're trying to do something, I'm going to get 1 million views today, 2 years from now, 5 years from now, and you don't know what kind of consequences will come from those types of things.
Very true.
You want to be careful, really.
No, yeah, very true. Because we were talking about that on the last episode with Mark Snipes. He was, because we were pretty much going over like clout being the new drug and people just doing shit for attention. And we were talking about this guy, his name is Johnny Somalia. He pretty much ruined his life. He went to Japan, did some harassment things, and now he's facing like 3 years in the Japanese prison. Just from live streaming his content and being pretty much an idiot and doing the dumb shit that he was doing.
I didn't even hear about that.
Yeah, it's like kind of a big small story, but it's on. I watch a lot of YouTube. That's where I get a lot of my stories from.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, he's facing 3 years in a Japanese prison right now. He's waiting to get indicted, but he was pretty much just live streaming and harassing the people in Japan.
Yeah. Well, other countries have a lot of strict laws. Those prisons out there, they might not even be as friendly because you're a foreigner out there. You're an American. People already don't really like Americans
at all.
Like that. They might like the rich and famous Americans when they come over there because they're going to help bring money to their, area and stuff like that. But if you're just like, no.
Yeah, so Fresh and Fit pretty much got a taste of that because of the content they decided to put out, which is like they're already tiptoeing and all that. I mean, people weren't really liking their content and all that. Some of it I understood. Okay. Some of it I did not agree with. Some of it was interesting enough to hear, just their perspectives. When it came down to, what was one of their topics? When it came down to, what is the word? Like when preference.
Okay.
When it came down to like preference and all that, I can understand if your preference isn't dating like Latinos.
Yeah.
And your preference would be just dating like black people and shit like that. I can understand that.
Yes.
To me, it gets bad when your preference goes from being a preference to you now insulting the other group to then uplift your preference.
Shouldn't do that.
Yeah.
Completely wrong.
Yeah. So I can understand their take on it, but I can also understand where there's a lot of flaws and whatnot in what they were saying. But they were an interesting channel. Sucks that they got demonetized. I think they're going to go on Rumble now. Just to try to get
back.
Yeah, and all that. Which Rumble is really taking a hit. Like, really riding the wave, which I don't like, because Rumble is really just accepting people that just fuck up on regular media and go back and like, hey, you can still say whatever you want, but then it's just driving the toxicity train.
It is. You need people like it's kind of what Kanye West kind of was like, unbiased, I guess, social media. 'Cause I guess the main social medias that we use nowadays, like Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, they kind of do have a bias. I don't mind the bias because you're trying to keep things good, try to keep things healthy. But then you do have some people who are like, if I do want to go out there and I want to say what I want to say, even if the public doesn't like it, I should have that freedom of will. So you do have those things like, what's that app, like Parlay or Parler?
Yeah.
That like, it's supposed to be like Twitter or something like that.
Yeah.
Parler or Rumble. People, I mean, they're giving them a voice. I don't know if it'll blow up or not like the other social medias, but
no.
Yeah.
Just because it's just so niche down and it's like not a lot of people are going to agree with it. But then again, it's like negativity is being uplifted. So it's like you never with how things are going, you never know. Like,
you never know, really. Yeah, that is true.
It's getting crazy. Like, I have an episode that I want to do coming up, actually. And I'm trying to make sure, I'm really trying to watch what I say during it because of how controversial the topic is.
Oh.
Yeah, it's surrounding, I mean, it's a story that same thing. It's been on social media, and a lot of people have questions around, and it's really just the idea of what a woman is. And how it's gone from us trying to understand people's feelings about what a woman is to now people telling people this is what a woman is and the energy that comes with it.
Yeah, that's a touchy subject. Yeah. I mean, like, I have what I stand on, what I believe.
Yeah, we don't gotta go. You don't have to go too deep into that. You don't go too deep into it. I'm just saying that's just it's a touchy subject, but it's like we gotta have.
You have to have it.
Yeah,
we gotta have to be okay having it. Yeah,
it's crazy.
And you shouldn't be canceled for having these conversations.
Exactly, you know? Or stating just how I feel, or trying to figure out what it is going on, or if at the end of the day, if I still don't agree, I shouldn't be ridiculed because I don't agree, or this is how I choose to live my life.
Yeah, there was that. I know we're about to get off that subject. Yeah, the state of Iowa, I believe, they did finally come out, and they were the first state. I want to say, I could be wrong.
Oh no, I think I heard that too.
Yeah, they said that they have the definition of what a woman is.
Yeah,
you know, like inside you're born a woman, and this is what they're. So I was like, hey. Props to them for being able to do that in this time. So, yeah.
No, yeah, I totally agree. We don't have to go too much into it anymore, but yeah, no, I completely agree. That's going to be an interesting episode. I'm still trying to write it out and all that, so it's going to be an interesting episode. But we're going to move on to that, and we're going to move into our topic for today, and it's really just OnlyFans.
Yeah.
And it's really the idea of OnlyFans, and whether or not you feel like it's a toxic entity, or me, I feel like it is a toxic entity. I mean, to me, it just seems like the more modern day of online prostitution, or the new Pornhub. Just for people to be able to make money. But you have your own account and all that. I mean, Pornhub's kind of like, you put a video up there, it's out there for the public, you get some views, you probably make some money off of it. This is like, I sign up to just your content, and I make some money off of it. To me, it kind of is like that, because if you really think about what prostitution is, it's a way to make money from a sexual activity. So that's why I feel like it's kind of toxic in a way, because you're just exploiting yourself for a monetary gain.
Yeah.
But a lot of people make money off of it. A lot of people have like a lot of livelihoods on it. So that's where a lot of people feel like, you know, regardless if that is, you know, I'm making $10,000 a month, $20,000 a month. So
what are you really going to tell me at that point? If I'm making $20K a month, you know, that's how people's mindset is.
Pretty much, yeah.
You can't tell me nothing, right? Are you making that much? So don't talk to me. You know?
Yeah.
It's toxic in a way.
Yeah. I just don't like the fact that money is being the main driving force right now. Like, just because
it's always been, though.
Has it?
I feel like it has.
Really?
Yeah, I do. I just feel like we're more aware now, and we have more platforms now that allow us to make different types of money.
Yeah.
But I feel like the agenda was always money. You see people back in the day doing things for money all the time. You know, drug dealing back in the day in the 80s and stuff. Prostitution back in the day.
Yeah.
Even if you want to go back farther, slavery back in the day. I just found out that after slavery ended, slave owners got reparations.
What?
Yeah, I just found that out. I didn't know that, right? So I found this out a couple of days ago. Like after slavery ended, the white people, because the slave owners, they lost so much money because you know their whole basis was we own slaves. This is our source of income.
Yeah.
So the American government was like, we understand that. They gave them reparations because of that. It was crazy when I found that out. I have to do more research, but I was like, that's ridiculous. That sounds crazy.
My mind is literally blown right now.
Yeah, I know. Mine was too. It was like, what? Did I really just hear that?
Oh, my God.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. But so that's why I kind of feel like everything's always been about money. But going back to like the OnlyFans, you know, these individuals nowadays, they're giving them a platform to do whatever.
Yeah.
you make money off of it.
And you make money off of it, yeah. Do you feel like it's kind of ruining our younger generation?
For the people who allow it, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, because it's like we're getting more and more desensitized to things. You know, we're starting to be okay with, like, people dying. You just start, people dying. People showing their bodies on social media. We're just getting used to it. Before it was like, oh my goodness, you know, you looked away. Now it's like, people just getting, the younger they are, okay, you know, so.
I ain't gonna lie, yeah, because it was like, at one point, my cousin, which I gotta talk to him about, was posting on Facebook. It was just every other post was about like a drive-by shooting or somebody shooting somebody, and it's like broad like daylight, or just people running up on people at like a store and shit like that, and just airing it out. And I'm just like, why is this on? Why is this allowed? Why is it even allowed on Facebook? One. And then why is he sharing it too? We gotta talk. But why is it allowed on Facebook? Like, do you feel like these platforms give people the leeway to pretty much uplift the negativity?
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, 100% they do. They try to monitor it as best they can, but certain stuff you just can't really monitor. Like the music, if YouTube is allowing people to go on there and say, okay, I caught this body and I caught that body and I robbed this guy.
Yeah.
And they're making, you know, it's just hard to tell a regular individual who's not a rapper, you can't do the same thing.
Very true.
So, it's like people, Also, too, I feel like mental illness is at an all-time high right now.
Yeah.
So then that plays a lot into it, too. So it's like a lot of people, they don't truly understand what it is that they're doing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? A lot of people, they're like...
Is it that they don't understand what they're doing?
No, like, they understand, like, the basics of what they're doing. Like, they understand, like, okay, yeah,
we know murder is like, bad, but why still do it?
Yeah, you know, but they're like, when you go and post that, you are now, in a way, promoting that. Yeah. You are now influencing everybody who now sees that.
Yeah.
So what are you... You're now playing a part in other people's lives that you might not even truly understand what that could be doing. You know, so... Yeah, it's a touchy thing. It's a dangerous thing. People are playing with social media, you know. So, yeah.
No, I completely agree, and honestly, that's been like my fear with social media nowadays, because it's like the only thing that does get attention is you doing something negative. But it's like me doing something negative and putting myself in that predicament isn't going to just harm myself, it could harm other people as well too. Like, even with the whole story with the guy who was just trying to, he was kind of like he was harassing the DoorDash driver, but then the DoorDash driver shot him in the mall, and the DoorDash driver, he got acquitted on most of the charges except for disarming his gun in the mall. But it's like, it's just simple shit like that. It's like we are trying to make content, but we think that it's okay to do these type of things till we run up to a person who's probably not with that energy, and then we actually find out that what we're doing is not really good. But a lot of the times I'm not even gonna lie, a lot of those people don't even learn from that, because they'll get out of jail, they'll go back on social media, and they'll do the same shit that they just did that got them out of trouble.
Well, the guy, right, it was the white dude, right, for TikTok, I mean, not for the DoorDash, he, you gotta think, like, somebody like him, nobody knew who you were. You went super viral because you got shot. Yeah. You probably made money off of that. Yeah. You know what I mean? You get healthy, you're probably like, in your head, okay, don't get shot again, but you're still on that clout high. Yeah. Where you're like, oh, yeah, I got to do something again. You know what I mean? So it's almost, it is a drug. Yeah. In a way, and people are overdosing on this drug. For sure. A lot. For views, for, like you're saying, people want to see negativity. And that's kind of the thing with social media, where it's like, you get good people and they're like, oh, if you don't have this amount of followers, you don't get this amount of viewership, or you don't get this amount of likes. You're not like an important person. So then you have people like second guessing, should I? No, you're fine. This social media is kind of fake. Yeah. It's a delusion in a way. Really Some people don't want to hear that, but you know what I mean? You don't want to fall victim to that. Because
Very
you're going to have
true.
regrets later on in life. So
Almost definitely. Because they don't see it right now.
Yeah.
But in the future, they will.
We're going to be like 40 and 50 one day.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we're in our 20s now. But yeah, one day we're going to be in our 40s and 50s, and we're going to be like, dang, we really did that.
Yeah, we really did that.
I mean, think about the politicians of nowadays. Like, the politicians, we look at Joe Biden, right? They're like in their 80s.
Yeah.
If we can go back and look at him when he was in his 20s, what were you doing? You know what I mean? Like, people don't think about that.
Very
We're
true.
growing up to be presidents, politicians, people in office, all kinds of things.
I don't feel
and
like
we're
we
over
are.
here. We have to be. Because they're going to die off one day.
Very
and we have to
true.
run the country.
But that's what I feel like the problem is with social media. Because I was just talking with my friend the other day about it. Because I was like, right now, the younger generation isn't being pushed to be like lawyers, doctors, and politicians. They're pushed to be famous or to go viral online or to have that viral moment. Like, most of them aren't saying, oh, I want to be a lawyer when I grow up. Most of them are saying, I want to be an entertainer when I grow up.
Exactly.
Or I want to be a content creator. Or which I'm not knocking that at all. It does do the job, especially people who utilize it for what it's used for. But for a lot of the kids who aren't able to do those same things, because we're not all going to be like owners to businesses.
We're not.
Yeah,
it's just the truth in life. We're not.
It's really, we're all not. So it's like, for those kids who probably aren't able to do those things and feel like they have to resort to doing negative shit just to get attention because the positive thing ain't getting them the enough attention that they need, I feel like it's just creating a generation to where, well, fuck the infrastructure that was already in place. We're going to build a new one, and this new one is going to be what we want to do. Which I'm not saying, hey, do what you want to do, but also it's like, we all got to work together at the end of the day, and if we're all pushing negativity, that's what we're only going to get out of all of this.
Yeah, and in my opinion, you're going in uncharted territory at that point. Like, because there's just a lot of questions.
Yeah.
A lot of things. There's a lot of maturing that has to be done. People got to grow up. Some people have to. Not everybody can be super famous.
Yeah.
Not everybody can be known for this, that, and the other. It is okay for you to be yourself.
Yeah.
You have to push that. It is okay that you're a regular individual. Like, that, that should be celebrated. But, social media, I don't know. The way social media is nowadays, like, even the individual use of it, it's still kind of toxic. Yeah. Meaning, like, there's times, and I know we want to talk about more of the OnlyFans, but it's like, no,
I'm having a great conversation, so it's cool.
Yeah, like, there's times where it's like somebody will post a regular picture of them doing regular stuff. Nobody's liking it. People are viewing it. They're like, I don't want to keep it up. But then if you're a girl, I go post a half-naked post. I'll get attention now. Or a guy, I go post someone with a chain, or I flex money, or I say, nah, what I mean? It's okay to be regular. People should get out of there. The people who are liking and supporting things, you have the most power, really. Yeah. Because, like, I seen a post the other day, and it was like, what if a famous person, we all just decided not to like their stuff? Yeah. And you seen that, like, a super famous person, like Chris Brown or Kim Kardashian, had, like, 13 likes on her. You know what I mean? Yeah. The people who are viewing it, the people who are watching it, liking it, you really have the power. Yeah. Right? But you're controlling the power to be negative most of the time. Because that's what you really want to see. And why does the viewer want to see negative stuff? You have to look within a lot of times. Why am I wanting to watch negativity all the time? Yeah,
what do I get out of looking at these bitches fighting on Zeus Network?
Like realistically, because I watch it,
I do.
My wife watches it, so then at times at night when we watch TV, I'm forced to watch it. I'm looking at it because this is not something I watch on my own, but I'm like, it's entertaining, but for me, it's like, it's stupidity, it's mental illness, it's all kinds of stuff, and I'm like, but they have a platform because people want to watch this. Yeah. Their seasons are being renewed every season, every year, because why? Oh, we're making money. It's just like, why do you want to watch that? But then when you ask that question, most people can't answer.
They can't.
I just like, if you really ask them, is that really helping? They don't want to talk about that. They don't.
They don't, and because it's probably pulling up some deep rooted issues that they haven't probably targeted themselves. Because I will agree with that. And thinking about it, just sitting here and thinking about it, it's like, why do I like watching like freaking Bad Girls Club and shit like that. Why do I like watching other people? And to think about it, I can't even give a straight answer.
Human beings, we're attracted to drama for some reason, so you like conflict.
Yeah.
Right? But sometimes it's like, that's unhealthy conflict.
It's
really unhealthy, because in both sides, it's like, which side is really would you say is the right side or the good side? You can't really pick. It's just complete, utter mess, and it's just entertainment.
Very true. Very true. But that's what a lot of people feel like OnlyFans is. It's mostly entertainment. It's just for entertainment. Like, even if I'm putting myself out there or doing some shit like that, it's mostly because, you know, I'm purely trying to, this is the entertainment world that I want to be in to make money off myself. So a lot of people do see it as a form of entertainment, which, I mean, it can be, because people get entertained from it. I mean, people are subscribing, because you got to get subscribers in order to get the amount of money a lot of people get. Yeah. Because I did a Google search and all of that on, like, how much the average person makes from OnlyFans. It's no more than the average person would make from a minimum wage job. You would actually make more doing a minimum wage job than doing OnlyFans.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah, if you're an average person, I don't really see the point. Yeah. I guess. I've never actually been on OnlyFans or, like, watched it.
Neither.
So, like, for me, I can't even imagine what are some of the requests. Like, obviously, like we were saying with the Island Boys, they're not just out there making out this or whatever they did because they want to. Somebody obviously is requesting that.
This type of,
and now, it's probably like, oh.
But that goes back to your questions, like, what from the viewer is going on with them to want to see something like that.
And they're behind the scenes. They're crazy. You're just, no.
That's wild. No, I did a calculation. So my calculation really was like a ratio. So I pretty much did like a ratio of everything. So I said if you had like 1,000, I was trying to see how much money you could actually make from OnlyFans. Okay. So most of it says the average minimum wage for a person is like $16 to $17 in California, which would be about $2,500 a month. Okay. Before taxes. So to get the average a month from an OnlyFans would be about $180 per month, which is like $6 a day. That's like the average an average person could make off of OnlyFans. So I tried to do the math. I'm like, okay, if I were to have like 1,000 1,000 followers on my social media, like Instagram, and about 20% of my followers were to go to my OnlyFans, subscribe and all that, that's like about 200 people. Okay. Hang on. So if I were to charge like $5 for people to like just subscribe or be a supporter on my OnlyFans, that's like $1,000 I would make. But in order to make the same amount for like a minimum wage person, I'd need about 500 subscribers to make the same amount as a minimum wage worker, which is pretty hard because the average person on OnlyFans only has about 21 subscribers. Yeah. To me, it's just not adding up.
And people's excuses is most of the time, oh, OnlyFans, or I don't want a 9 to 5. Yeah. Like people like our generation and the younger generation, they kind of have this thing where they don't. The idea of having a 9 to 5 is just the most horrible thing in the world. You know what I mean? But you're to make money, unless, like I've always said this, unless you're like one of those super rich people born into wealth, you're still going to work hard to make money.
Oh, for sure.
No matter what you do, if you're like, let's say you're a professional athlete, it's not a typical 9 to 5, but you're putting in hours in your craft. Effort, if you're a singer, if you're a rapper, if you're even porn stars, like you're not 9 to 5, but you're now having to do sexual acts
to get money.
So it's like that's what you want to put your time into.
Yeah.
Like your whole existence now is I want to do sexual things that viewers request to make money because I don't want to go get a 9 to 5.
Yeah, when it's like that's so much more constructive than what you do. Because I was just talking to Pharaoh about that the other day. I was like, you know, people are being pushed to be like owners and bosses of themselves and all that. And I was like, we can't all be bosses. When I'm not saying that it's not a bad thing to be a boss, but at the same time, it's like do you know how much you can learn from just being a worker at a job? Like, I worked at motels and hotels for like 10 years. I was a housekeeper. I worked in maintenance. I worked at the front desk. I did night audit. I did manager. Like, I did all the positions that were there, but I wouldn't understand the business at all had I not done all those jobs. If I was just a front desk worker thinking shit was all hunky-dory and I just got to sit in this office all day and sell these rooms, I wouldn't know what a housekeeper went through to get that room completed in order for me to sell it. If I was just a housekeeper who cleaned rooms, I'd think the people at the front desk were a little ungrateful and didn't really work that hard. When it gets really busy at the front desk, and there's like times where I just want to pull my fucking hair out because it's like I have no help. I have 30 people wanting to check in. Rooms probably ain't done, and I have to try to like come up, or if something happens, like I'm the first person they come to with a problem, and I got to try to resolve the problem. But I wouldn't understand that as a housekeeper had I not been a front desk worker. So a lot of the times, a lot of people got to realize that doing these different jobs is going to help you constructively understand things on a different level. Not just, oh, I got to listen and work for somebody else and they got to tell me what to do.
Yeah. No, that's everything you said was kind of spot on, you know. And to add on to your point, not everybody has the mind to be able to be a boss.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you could be a boss of your own life, but everybody still, you like, it's okay that you have somebody above you and they're telling you, okay, this is what we need done on a daily basis. You know what I mean? If you look at most things in life, like I'm trying to use like the most entertainment. If you look at people with sports, LeBron has a coach.
Yeah.
Right? That coach has a general manager. That general manager has an owner.
Very true.
You know what I mean? So you always somewhat answer to somebody.
Kind of need to.
You kind of need to, right? Because as human beings, we're dependent on each other for existence, for everything. You know what I mean? So that idea is okay. You know, people just have to be okay with that.
No, yeah, I agree.
Be okay with that.
I agree.
So.
Yeah, this shit getting wild, honestly.
It is.
It's getting wild, but I'm gonna get into my poll questions, and I gotta look up my poll answers really quick. I didn't have them on retainer for me, but I did do a poll. It is, like I said, every Sunday on my social media, on my story, on my Instagram, and I pretty much just asked people basic questions when it came to like OnlyFans and all that. So I pretty much asked, I'm going to go from the beginning. There we go. So I asked, can your wife do OnlyFans? So I had about 19% people say yes, and then 81% say no, which was interesting because I didn't expect anybody to say yes. A lot of the times I don't expect people to say yes, but then it's like when I did hear a couple people's responses, it's like, okay, I get it, but okay. Can
you share one? You don't have to disclose who the person is.
I don't disclose who it is, but they pretty much just said, it's a form of work. So if that's what she wants to do to work, I'm not going to knock it.
Okay. It's hard for me to answer.
All right, but
it's just like morals are just going out the window.
Pretty much.
Because, for me, like, if I care about somebody, just me, like, because I have daughters, too, so it's it's hard.
Want your daughter to do?
It's hard for me to just be like, yeah, that's okay. And I get some people, if that's what they want to do, that's what they want to do. Or, I'm one of those people, I still believe in, protect yourself, your image, you don't want I still believe, because I'm married, I believe you show your body and stuff to your spouse, the person you're with. Not everybody should have access to that, but money,
I don't think you should exploit yourself for any type of gain at all.
Money, a lot of times, it shakes our perspective, you know what I mean? You got a lot of people, like the whole pimp culture nowadays, the whole it's really, in my opinion, it's men not really wanting to be real men.
Yeah.
You're trying to, exploit the woman in a way. You're trying to use your manipulation to do that.
I had a friend kind of tell me his whole mentality when it comes, because he tried to do the whole pimping thing. Mm-hmm. I don't even want to call him my friend anymore. I don't talk to him. But he in and out of jail and shit like that. But he pretty much told me, he said he's trying to help them because they're unable to do it themselves. I said, okay.
And this is most of the men's excuse. They're like, bro, she was just going to go have sex with those dudes anyway for free. Yeah. She can go get money out of it.
She's bad with money, so I'm trying to help her manage her money.
You want to be a part of that person's... Because I believe we're all going to die, right? And we're all going to have to answer for our decisions in life, our choices in life. When you die and you have to answer for... And some people don't believe in death. That's between you and yourself, really. Mm-hmm. But for me, how I think about it is... Do I want to be having to answer for why did you influence this person to do this type of negative stuff? Yeah. You know, and so for me, I just can never wrap my head around, if you could tell her anything, why don't you tell her to go be the best version of herself? Why are you telling her to stoop, down to that level
literally
now?
What I was telling
And then all the dangers that you're putting a woman in now because of that. I'm the pimp. I'm a protector. You're no.
He's like, I'm gonna make sure she gets her.
Women are being raped, women are being abused, they're being kidnapped at all time high. There's all kinds of stuff happening. You're just for the dollar because I'm gonna come up with some money, bro. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So it's ignorant thinking.
It is.
You know what I mean? And
he was like, I'm not asking her for the money. She's giving it to me. I'm like, oh. All right.
Just explain to women. I believe men are supposed to be like the maintainers and the protectors of women. Mm. You shouldn't be trying to expose them or use them, right? If anything, you should be getting a wife or a woman yourself and paying for them to do things. You know what I mean? So that's my belief.
Because my thing is, you're trying to make sure she's in a better position. Are you in a better position to put somebody else in a better position?
And then... Yeah, no.
A lot of the times they don't be, and he wasn't. Yeah. And so I'm like, whatever you're doing, you're trying to do for her, you need to do it for yourself first.
Exactly.
And then if you want to try to uplift somebody and do all this shit, I can understand that. But right now, you're not even in a position to even try to do anything for somebody else when your life needs help too.
We grow older, right? A lot of some people can't sleep at night because of the things they've done. You know what I mean? Yeah. A lot of that it's going to take a lot of mental issues. You're creating a lot of mental issues for yourself, for that person. A lot of things, like I said earlier, a lot of things that you don't even know the repercussions of that years later down the line. You're kind of just playing with evil, in my opinion, at that point. You're just, let me go play with this evil stuff. It doesn't seem that bad later on in life. You don't know what's that going to do to you. So I don't agree. Whatsoever.
Because that literally happened to Stiko. I was telling you about him earlier. Stiko, he was with his girlfriend, longtime girlfriend. He let her have sex with somebody else in front of him. He said after that, it pretty much changed his whole mindset. He kind of went down a real downward spiral and all that. He's like, in the moment, he thought it was okay. Mm-hmm. But then after the thought, he was like, it really fucked him up.
Yeah, it really does.
Yeah.
To the person you love, sex is a very intimate thing.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be shared with one individual. Yeah. There's even times where, in certain religions, where it's you can have multiple wives, right? Yeah. For men, they're even told you can't have threesomes. Yeah. You can't have... If you're going to have multiple wives, you have to have sex with those different wives at different times in different locations. You know what I mean? There's a reason for this. A lot of the stuff that it creates, you don't... Yeah, no. You're playing with you're leaving doors open. You're doing too much. A lot of evil, a lot of stuff to creep in. You don't... People don't understand what they're truly doing. They're just... Very true, It's a fad.
They're just doing it. Yeah. I'm just hoping it goes over sometimes with all fads.
It's in the spur of the moment. People told me it's an excitement rush. It's an adrenaline rush. It's, people are all doing things for that 5 seconds of high.
Yeah.
That's...
which Mark literally said, he's like, it's like crack. It's they get their fix and then they got to come back. Mm-hmm. That shit crazy. The next question on the polls was, can your husband do OnlyFans? So I had 18% say yes, and I had 82% say no. It was mostly guys that said yes. Mm-hmm. So I'll leave that there.
Mostly guys who said, yeah, I should be able to do that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, and for the other poll, was it mostly guys who said yeah, too?
No, it's a mixture.
Oh, it's a mixture?
Women. Mm-hmm.
Oh. But the women, they're like, no, my man can't do it.
Some of them.
Sometimes women are smarter than men in certain areas, so that just happens. You have to just give it up. Women know, okay, yeah, nah, I'm good.
No, I'm good. No, for sure. And then I asked the next question, is OnlyFans considered a real job? So this one was literally 50-50. Mm-hmm. Half and half. Half said yes, half said no.
Why would it be a no? That's what I'm just thinking.
Half said no. I feel like because a lot of people, just like you said, a lot of people don't want to see their significant other doing it. So a lot of people don't see it as, I don't know. Actually, a lot of people just don't see it as work. They see it as just maybe a hobby or entertainment, but they don't see it as like you actually working for money. But I don't know. Maybe I should ask somebody and elaborate so they can elaborate what they actually mean when they said no. Because I had a lot of people that mean it was half and half. Half said yes, half said no.
I feel like my question: would you consider a drug dealer? Is that a job? Would you consider it a job? Because, like, for me, yeah. I consider it a job, right? It's like I consider OnlyFans a job. It's like I consider... Like, there's some people, like, I had an argument a couple years ago. They were like, they don't consider being an NBA a job. And I'm like, if you're doing something to make money even if it's good or bad or illegal or legal, if you're doing this and that is your source of income, then that's a job. Yeah. Can we say it's a good job? No, it's probably not a good job, but it's a job.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So is being a king a job? Yeah, it's a job. You might be sitting on your... But the whole day, and you just got inherited this thing, but it's bringing you, like, there's certain... Yeah. It still, to me, falls under the category or definition of a job. Because if it's good, that's between you and them, and, like, OnlyFans, I don't think it's a good job, but, yeah.
It's a job.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like, being a content creator, is that a job? Especially just saying the same thing. Yeah. Essentially, yeah. Very true. You know what I mean? So.
Very true. I agree. Yeah. That's a good question. I like that question. It was a good question. I agree. Completely agree. I believe this is my last question. No, but I have one more after this. Okay. Mm-hmm. So this question is, can you be in a relationship with an OnlyFans worker? So I had 30% say yes and 70% say no.
Mm-hmm. I feel like in the past when I was in a different mindset, I was.
Yeah.
And... even though I was in, like, a different mindset, it kind of like a more immature mindset, I still...
I mean, it's big of you enough to at least recognize.
Yeah, I was still kind of, like... I didn't like it. Mm-hmm. And I didn't really agree with it. Mm-hmm. But it was, like, a new relationship, kind of. Mm-hmm. And I was like... obviously, that didn't work out.
Yeah.
Right? The person, I can't date somebody who's on OnlyFans. If you're doing OnlyFans, you can't date it. So I would say no. Yeah, I've grown up from that. No.
For sure.
You're leaving too many holes. Like, as human beings, we already are skeptical. We're already thinking, is this person cheating on me if they're not cheating on me? You know what I mean? Like, so now you're...
even more heightened.
Yeah, you're just... There's so many things. You want to be secure in your relationship. You want to have reassurance. You know what I mean? So... you're leaving too many holes open for that. You never know.
Okay, for sure.
You never know.
I like that. But no, I agree. Freaking no. No.
Mm-mm.
No, it's not gonna happen.
And some people they might pull the insecure. Well, you're insecure. Yeah, okay, that's a healthy insecurity for me.
For real.
Okay, like some people can't get over. Like people use words and they're like insecurity. Okay, I feel like I should be insecure if my girl is doing OnlyFans.
I think it's immature to call me insecure that I don't want my significant other to do explicit things online just for a monetary gain. Go collect some cans.
Yeah, where's your head at? Where's your to think certain things are okay. To have feelings is okay. To be
no, for real.
Yeah, people make fun of that. I'm like that's stupid.
That's dumb.
That's stupid. You don't really you know what I mean? Yeah, nah. We have to grow up. We have to grow up. It's essential for us to grow up.
Man, for sure. For freaking sure. Last question was, would you post a naked picture for money?
Never. No. Mm-mm.
Well, 16% said yes, and 84% said no.
People, like, you can see that 16%, that might grow. You know what I mean?
No, and I'm hoping it don't. But these are people, they're actually telling me, because when I actually talked to somebody who told me yes, they, like, buckle down on it. Like, yeah, I mean, it's not a problem for me to make money if that's how I can make money. But I'm just like, why is that the way you want to make money when there's so many other things to make money? I mean, you can make a book on Amazon to make money.
Because people use the excuse of, like, well, athletes, right? They're born with a God-given talent, and so they use it the best way they can, right?
We all are.
So then some people use, like, oh, I'm born beautiful, or I'm born attractive, or I'm going to use
it to my advantage.
And it's like, no. Mm-mm.
No, yeah.
I don't agree. No, you're exposing yourself in too many areas.
No, because I agree. I think we all are born with a God-given talent. We just have to really figure out what that is. But if you don't push yourself to do things that you're not used to doing all the time, you're not going to know what it is. Like, what was it? I was just seeing on TikTok, it was a guy, he was a paralegal for years, decided when the pandemic happened, he opened a biscuit shop. And he's been doing that ever since, and it's been making him a lot of money. So I'm just like, he found his passion.
Yeah.
Being forced, though, kind of, like during the pandemic, bored at home, not able to do much, can't go into work and all that. What can I do? I'm going to start a business, and he ended up loving it. And now he feels like it's his passion. But we're all not going to know what our passions is if we just push ourselves like, okay, I got to do this to make money and all that. Sometimes we should do shit not just because it's going to make us money, because it could bring out something in us that we probably never knew was there. That's what we should be honestly focused on. Like, how can I find my passion in life so that can make me money?
Yeah, finding your passion, finding your purpose. That's everybody should be striving to do that and not taking the easy road out because this is a quick fix to be able to make me money.
Yeah.
So it's you got to be able to, and you have to put yourself sometimes in uncomfortable situations and situations, pressure situations, and so
most definitely
people have to be okay with that. And it's okay that you don't have a Lambo or a Hellcat or you don't got this diamond chain. Or
it's cool that you don't need to go to Dubai, sis.
It is okay. Like it is okay to just be a regular person.
No, for real.
It is okay. We have to get secure with that. Some people are insecure that way. Like, you have to be secure. Like, I look at the older generations and I'm like, they don't have that mental. Sometimes I feel like it's a mental thing with us where we're like, we have to be famous.
Yeah.
We have to be known. It's like we have to do it.
We have to
look at the older generation.
Good.
Some of they're fine. The doctors, the plumbers, the engineers, and they're fine, and they're making good money, and they're cool. They're securing themselves. They're not trying. You know what I mean? I'm like,
they don't care what picture you posted online as long as you posted a picture of us as the family.
The older generation, they sit there on Facebook all day posting stuff for 5 likes, 8
Man.
likes. And they're, I used to look at them like, and I'm like, but they're comfortable. They're just, I got something to say. I'm just gonna say it. I don't care if I'm gonna post 20 pictures on Facebook in a row and they get 2 likes on every photo. They're okay with that.
Or no likes at all.
Or no likes. You know what I mean? It's okay to be regular. It's your life. You're the star of your life. Right? It's how you view yourself. You have to be okay viewing yourself. It's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay.
It's okay, people.
It's okay.
All right. We're going to wrap up this episode, but I had a great conversation. Even though we didn't stick on OnlyFans, this was a beautiful conversation, though. I appreciate you for coming out and having a conversation with me. I knew from when we were just sitting at the table at dinner and all that, I was like, oh, yeah, I definitely need Elliot on. He's going to have some good shit to say. He's going to have some dope shit to say. Sure. I appreciate you for coming out, though.
Yeah, it was fun. It was fun being here, the experience.
I gotta definitely have you on another episode.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'll come back again. So yeah, I like being on the podcast. I like what you're doing too with the podcast. I like your audience and what you're trying to build and create right now. So I'm very much so in support of everything that you're doing.
I appreciate it. Yeah, I gotta catch a game. Shoot, let me know.
Oh yeah, so we should have a lot of game like December, January, right? I'll let you guys know.
Okay.
I'll probably post it.
For sure.
Yeah.
Cool beans. Well, let them know where they can follow you one more time.
You guys can follow me at edubs.official on Instagram, on Twitter or X, Snapchat, I don't know, YouTube. It's all the same. edubs.official. So
are you happy with the whole switch with Twitter?
Elon Musk, I see what you're trying to do, but I don't know why the name change was necessary, I guess. I see, like, before, it had to do a lot with politics. So, like, they were quieting a lot of voices for sometimes no reason. So, like, Donald Trump, I know they, like, they tried to shut his voice down.
They did.
And, and Elon Musk and them, they went back and they were like, so what was the reasoning for this? And the people who were monitoring or in control of that, they didn't have a good enough reason. Yeah. So I see where he's trying to go. I still don't understand the algorithm because I get irritated with Twitter's algorithm a lot. Yeah. Because I'm trying to, it's somewhat getting better. Yeah. But I'm like, just because I like basketball, that's not the only thing I want to see. You know what I mean? So like I go on X or Twitter and literally all I see is LeBron versus Michael Jordan stuff. And I'm like, okay, I get that I like that, but I'm deeper as like a person. Drowning me. Yeah. You're drowning me in this. And he said they're trying to do better, but I'm like, is this the case with other people and their other niches and stuff? So I'm like, bro, you have to do a better job filtering what's like, I like the old Twitter kind of how they did things in that sense. The algorithm, this new algorithm is semi-annoying, but yeah, we'll see what happens.
That's how I feel with TikTok, because it's like freaking I looked out of curiosity. I went on because it kept coming up like go on the TikTok shop and buy this. I went out of curiosity. Now I just get flagged with every damn, go to the TikTok shop to buy this and buy this. You want a chamoy pickle? I don't even like pickles. Yeah. And it's like they're trying to, the algorithms, they're trying to get more in depth to what you as an individual like. Yeah. But then you do it too much. Like as individuals, we still like to see new stuff. Man, that's going to You know what I mean? Yeah, we like to go explore down this rabbit hole and let's see where this takes me. But it's hard now. I remember before you can go on Instagram and you'll find all kinds of content creators because you're just going down this long list of rabbit. You can't do that anymore because it's all just whatever it is that you like. Oh, you like basketball one time, it's just going to be strictly basketball. You're a food person and I'm just going to strictly show you food. Man. If you like it on TikTok, it's bad. If you like two females post, it's strictly females doing dance. It's like, bro, okay, you guys, whoever's controlling the algorithm, you guys have to do a better job. Please, do a better job. Put some stuff that I'm not even used to seeing. Because we like seeing new stuff. Man, we like being engaged in new things and all kinds of... There's so much to the world that we're not able to see because you think that this is all we want to see every single day, 365 days a year. It's going to get old. Fast. Show me we're deeper than that as human beings. Please, show me something else. No, for real, because I'm just like, I just want to switch TikToks with somebody just for a day to see what they seeing and all that. Because I was like, people will be like, did you see this video? I'm like, no. And it doesn't even pop up. And then you have like, bro, it's like, dang, your TikTok seems more interesting than mine at this time. It's like, what's going on? Can I just spend a day on your social media to see some different shit? The algorithms for these things, they're going to have to be better. But, for me, X is the worst with it. You show one thing. And so me, because I'm starting to get into more politics because, the election is coming up next year. And so I'm trying to see, but they just won't do it. And I'm like, do I need to create a whole new Instagram, social media, TikTok? Just so I'm just in the politic version of this world? Because you know how, like, at Twitter or X, you'll have like black Twitter. Yeah. Or you'll have like black Instagram. I want to see what is political Instagram. What is, or like, some people, what do the Republicans look at all day? Yeah. You know what I mean? We look at it from a Democratic, because we're in California and we're mostly Democrats. But I'm like, I want to see what they're being taught and what they're being exposed to with their, but the algorithms won't do it. So to me, with the fact that we have, I don't know how many parties, but there's way more parties than Democratic and Republican.
There are.
The fact that we don't see anything.
And they're basically irrelevant.
Man, it'd be crazy because it's like, I honestly, every time that I like go through it, all that, I will be more of like a libertarian than I am a Democratic or a Republican, because it's like y'all speaking gibberish, honestly. Mostly. And y'all just out to get each other. It's
really just a battle between the red and the blue.
It is.
And you know what I mean? And so it's like, at some point, and that's where I want to do more research in that area, because I'm like, that's, as we're getting older, like I said, we're going to have to take over that, like our generation.
Sure.
So we need to understand, and most of us don't even want to take the time to. There's a small percentage, don't get me wrong, there's a small percentage of our generation who is active, probably like the people with the Ivy Leagues or something like, but okay, I'm tired of a small group of people having all the information, controlling everything. Yeah, and the rest we of us don't have it, and we're all just concerned about fluff.
What Krishan and Blueface doing?
Exactly. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
more toxic.
This is when the Super Bowl is. This is what LeBron's doing. Like, that stuff is cool, but we're being bombarded with that. Man. Show us, why is it that we're at war here, or we're supporting this war, or this person is this, or this law is being passed? We don't really know.
Or did y'all know $8 billion is going against the like
we don't know why, and it's just happening, and we don't. And this is, people complain, this is where our tax dollars are going. This is where this is going, and we literally have no idea what's really going on, and we're fine with it. So that's me. I'm kind of like, I want the knowledge of. So I'm about to shift. Next time we talk, hopefully.
No, I got you.
But yeah, that's where I'm at right now. Just trying to figure out what's
you want to be a sponge
on.
again.
Yeah, exactly. I want to be a sponge. I want to absorb. This is why. Because it's hard for me to form an idea if I don't understand something. Yeah. So like now I even turn off I turn off the music. I turn off the YouTube. Yeah. I listen to the radio now. Like when I'm driving, I listen to and I was like, this is what like these people are saying about what's going on over here. This is what these people are saying. So I'm like, okay, now I'm starting to get more information. So I'm understanding. Oh, that's why. Okay, this is what they're thinking. Yeah. And so now as an individual, I can form my own ideas after I understand. But if I don't understand, I can never form my own ideas on it. And you're keeping me out of the loop, then I'm just ignorant. So I'm like, how do you become not ignorant to certain things?
Very true.
Because we have all kinds of ideas on other stuff, and we have good ideas about that stuff. But then that stuff gets old. We need new stuff.
For sure.
We need so.
I see it as, because I was thinking of an analogy to kind of really think about it. I feel like we're all when we're born, we're all the sponge right out of the package. Mm-hmm. As life continues to grow, we continue to absorb things, but then we get to a point where we're no longer absorbing things, and then there's just a pool of water around us. Mm-hmm. And we're unable to actually absorb the rest of it because we haven't like really wrung out all the stuff that we already know and is already like second nature to us, to be able to absorb more information and be able to look outside of where we already are to get a different source of maybe liquid and water and all that, to feed ourselves to get more of an absorption to something different. Yeah. Like you're still stuck absorbing water when you probably need to absorb like apple juice.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Exactly. No, that's a great analogy.
But I appreciate you for coming out, Elliot. Yeah. Yes, and talking with me. Follow me on SMH Podcast 96, y'all, for all that good jazz. And, get connected. Like I said, subscribe to the channel. Exactly. Get connected on our Patreon. Hit all the streaming platforms, because we're on all the streaming platforms. And the next episode is going to drop soon. It's going to be a really good episode. And I can't wait for y'all to, get in tune with it. If you're listening to this podcast, please drive home safely. Wear your seatbelts. Yes. And just make sure you get home, because there's be crazy drivers out there. But yeah, I appreciate you for coming out, Elliot.
No problem.
Yeah. Gonna end it. Peace.